Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to the Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. Well, we just got a win, scraped through a win, I can say. It was the Carabao Cup after all, and a lot of changes made as expected. But what exactly happened, right? And what are the takeaways from the game? I really had to come and speak to you all. Having said that, I hope everyone watching smashes that like button as well as have already subscribed. If not, please consider doing so and hit that bell notification icon because we are coming up with more live streams as well as videos like this. Yes, one quick thing that I missed last time was the flag at the back that you see. Yes, that is the old name. Part of it, you remember, RCB Royal Challengers Bangalore. For you cricket lovers out there, I have begun the cricket channel exclusively, that is Almighty Blues Cricket. So please consider subscribing to that as well. But do stay subscribed to Almighty Blues FC because here it is Chelsea content for sure, but a lot more. So yeah, it was the Carabao Cup, and I thought let's come back and speak to you for the 3 points. Yes, the 3 points reviews. Remember, 3 points review is something that I used to always do, and I got a lot of positive feedback. I thought let's pick the 3 points that we take away from this game that was obviously against Aston Villa. Thomas Tuchel making a lot of changes. And before I show you the lineup that many of you might be knowing already, but the fact is we had changed 10 personnel. Yes, 10 players who played the last game did not play this game, right? And that was from the weekend, obviously the big win against Spurs, but 10 outfield changes. That was a bit too much in my view. I don't know. People for watching this, do comment below. What do you think? Was it a bit too much or not? And of course, what was the starting 11? So let's actually take a look at the starting 11. Okay, so this was a formation. Actually, not. Tuchel, the Tinkerman and the tactician Tuchel, as he is called, as known, rightly so. Actually, I believe started with a 3-1-4-2, which was not even found in the website that I was using. So it was basically Loftus-Cheek sitting behind from midfield, kind of passing the ball up front, and Kante was actually playing like an attacking midfield role, and same was Saul as well. And Ziyech and Werner were up front. That was very different because they were meant to be floating. That is Ziyech and Werner. We will look at basically what happened, but obviously, it wasn't a great start. Firstly, too many changes. As you can see, Hudson-Odoi in the right wing back position, a position which, he's gone publicly saying is not his position. And, it's high time that he accepts it. But, because he's not going to get a chance to play up front with Tuchel, we have so many options, that is. And Chilwell coming back as well. But instead of passing the ball or rather moving up front, we weren't able to do that. So I think that was maybe one reason why Loftus-Cheek stayed at the back and was kind of just playing in front of the three, so that he can be the passer and can get the ball moving, right? And Saul, because of his exploits or non-exploits with Aston Villa in the league game, did not play, I think, in central defensive midfielder position because he is kind of still learning the art of English football. So hopefully Tuchel thought that he would bring more to the game playing up front a little bit, and probably get shots that he could shoot at as well, right? But having said that, we definitely had an issue getting that breakthrough because of people really being new, playing with each other, and that chemistry was missing. Malang Sarr, Chaloba were good at times. I think defensively as a unit, in terms of the tactics, we were very good. Of course, Reece James playing right centre back, I think after the Champions League final for the first time. So kudos to him to adjust so quickly again. So defensively we were fine, but I don't think any creativity was coming through the team. And on the other hand, Aston Villa were also not really attacking. But in terms of the change that Tuchel made, yes, we did not score any goals up front. So let me try and share my screen again. Yes, so Mason Mount came on. Kante was initially captaining, gave the captain's armband to Mason Mount, and that's when I could see some dynamism coming in. And definitely Mason Mount not only attacking up front, but also being able to play that pass and playing people through would have helped. So it was a fair call for me, but still it wasn't really working per se. Having said that, it did work because a fantastic worldie of cross from Reece James from right centre back direct to Werner. Yes, Timo Werner, who got the header in, and we were 1-0 up, I think, around the 55th minute. And it was, a very similar cross by James to Aspilicueta in the previous game recently against Zenit, I remember. So, that was an interesting aspect. But still, I think the reason why we had to make more changes is because Villa scored. Yes, Archer, fantastic header that he got in, youngster from Villa, and fantastic cross as well from Matty Cash, I have to say. But having said that, we should have defended that better, especially Chalobah, James, and even Chilwell, and not having let that cross come in. And the tactics changed further on, and that's when we really were attacking the Villa's penalty box. And in my view, Werner should have scored. Ziyech actually, just before coming off, passed the ball to Werner, and Werner was just wide of the mark, couldn't score his second goal, and that's the reason we had to get on our main striker, the big Romelu Lukaku came on, and of course, Barkley and Lukaku have actually played together at Everton, if I remember right. I don't know, people watching, do comment below. I hope I'm right, but do you remember Barkley and Lukaku actually having a partnership at Everton? So that's something that, they could live up to, I don't know. But yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't the case, and it was 1-1. And it went to penalties, and we kind of know what happened. Obviously, I'm in a happy mood, so it's pretty obvious what happened. But yes, in terms of basically the first point, I thought this is what a tactic was. Whether it worked or not, I think the changes were a bit too much. And of course, overall, I think it's more about the chemistry that these players who haven't played much were waiting to get. I did see a couple of bright sparks though. Chilwell was tired, Timo was tired towards the end, but that's obvious because they haven't played much. But I think it was a positive game for them both as well. But yeah, let's move to the second point. What do we take? Well, first half, like I said, it was really, really, really underwhelming. Definitely it requires a proper post-mortem, and that is why I thought, let me actually tell you what exactly I take from that first half. And this is what I actually take. Unfortunately, whether these are players who were good or bad, obviously people in the comments can say how good or bad they were, but this is a cup game, right? This is the opportunity for the likes of Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi, Saul, and Werner. Werner scored though, to actually take the opportunity and prove a point that they deserve a starting spot or even a place on the bench. Like for me, they were far more underwhelming. It's not about just the form or they were not getting that pace because they're not played much. Saul at least tried. I can give him that. Much better than the other Villa game that he had recently. That was a nightmare. But this was the second game. He did much better in terms of just going for those tackles. But he gave away too many fouls for me. And of course, his passing was not really 100% as well, or even close to it. But yeah, better than before. So a way forward, I can say. But Ziyech, as in the player of the preseason, definitely not. He is not proving that to be, because it's not just basically his class that he has that was missing, but even his intent, which was a big red flag for me. I know he was playing the floating role up front, but the runs, the movement wasn't there. He was meant to do that. That was simply not there. And Loftus-Cheek, Saul of the likes were all looking for that pass, but there was no one making runs. Even Timo Werner did not make in the first half, but Ziyech even more so. And just the effort. Of course, he improved in the second half. Like I said, that pass to Timo Werner, and Werner should have scored, and probably he would have had an assist. You never know. But for me, I don't think he deserves a start going forward, at least for that time being. And he needs to work hard in training and really take it. Only when he knows that he's going to be subbed, he starts performing. That's what the idea that I get. Not a positive sign. Moving on to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Well, I don't know. Callum Hudson-Odoi, really poor. I think I was noting down every mistake that every player was making, and he had the highest number of mistakes, and it reached double digits at the end of the day. As in, he is supposed to be a dribbler. In Pulisic's absence, was obviously injured, not 100% fit still. He was meant to create the most on the wing. Yes, it's a wing back, but it's not a wing back. You have to play like a winger, and that's why we play Chilwell and Hudson-Odoi, which kind of works well for me on paper, but it didn't work well on the pitch. And he was losing the ball a bit too often. Even the dribbles that he tried wasn't coming off. So he really needs to do something about it. And for me, the hard truth is that Hudson-Odoi is not the person for us moving forward. And at best, he can play cup games. And if he's ready to do that, fine enough. But he is earning a lot compared to a lot of others as well. So yes, a lot of misses there. Of course, we had a few misses in terms of goal opportunities as well, but I thought let me highlight the players who really missed, who went missing in the match, and of course at first half, which was something of a trend that is coming along. I don't know why it shouldn't happen so. Before moving to the third point of review, please smash that like button if you haven't, if you missed it, as well as subscribe and press the bell notification icon. And remember the Almighty Blues Cricket and of course our channel is Almighty Blues FC, bringing a lot of streams to you. So hopefully, we'll get a lot of support going forward as well. And having said that, let's move to the final point. We have to be positive because at the end of the day, we won. What is it that we are looking forward to, right? So let me again share my screen. Just give me a second. I think definitely a lot of positives. It was a penalty shootout at the end of the day. It was very close. Chilwell missed his penalty, but the others did not, luckily. And of course, from Villa's side, it was Ashley Young who missed it. And of course, we had a hero as well that everyone definitely deserves to praise him, and that is Kepa. Kepa Arrizabalaga. This guy is definitely a different gravy altogether when it comes to penalties. I don't know, people in the comment section, please tell me. As in, I've heard Kepa actually broke the record of all Chelsea keepers in history, at least in the Premier League era. He has overtaken Petr Cech as the number of penalties saved. Wow. I don't know whether it's penalty shootouts or penalty saved, but definitely he has broken a record. Again, comment below, if you know the exact stat. But yeah, that's the latest that I've heard today. But Kepa Arrizabalaga is brilliant. He repeated the Super Cup feat. He has done previously in the Europa League, if you remember, a couple of years ago. This guy is definitely up there, and it's not a coincidence that we actually signed him for huge money because he is good at penalties at least, and even more so, he did make a few good saves. So for me, Kepa is great right now, and with Mendy going to African Cup of Nations in January, I believe Kepa has to be our main goalkeeper for that particular, I think, half month at least, or a month even, depending on how far Mendy goes in the tournament. And as you see, Reece James, fantastic cross, but he was the person who took that final penalty kick. Wow, peach of a penalty. The goalkeeper of Aston Villa actually went the right side, but Reece James and his focus is right up there, right in the top corner, as well as Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Like again, noting down every mistake, not only that, but every good pass and good play that a player had in the game. Loftus-Cheek's stats went to double digits, and he has to be in the reckoning. Now, for me, it was even Barkley who came on late, like I said, and actually had a few good passes and shots as well. For you all, do you reckon Loftus-Cheek and Barkley are ahead of Saul? At least in the EPL. I think in the Champions League, maybe Saul for me, but in the EPL and in the Cup games, for me, definitely Loftus-Cheek and Barkley knows what it takes in English football, and recent form should drive whoever Tuchel picks as a replacement for any injured players. So again, touch wood, people don't get injured, but the fact that towards the end we played a 3-5-2 with Werner and Lukaku up top, and Loftus-Cheek, Barkley of the likes, and Mason Mount of course being there, that told me that could be a possible tactic, and I think we can utilize these players very well in certain cup games. When we need something really different or just to surprise the opposition. I don't know if we'll probably play them in the upcoming games immediately, but definitely Loftus-Cheek top notch again. Hoping that he keeps his form and fitness. Those driving runs, those dribbles were very much there, and of course his strength as well. He was winning a lot of balls as well. So for me, the man of the match. Comment below who was your man of the match. There is a call of Reece James or Kepa, but for me, Loftus-Cheek was the most consistent person and deserved it. Of course, that goal, Timo Werner deserves a shout out as well, but James' assist was great. But again, Loftus-Cheek and a shout out to Kepa. But Who are we playing next? Well, the draw of the Carabao Cup is out and we are playing Southampton. Interesting, right? So Southampton is next, and I think that is about the end of October, October 25th. I'll just check that again, but it's at home at Stamford Bridge. But coincidentally, we are playing Southampton, I think, about a week from now as well in the Premier League. So that'll be really interesting. Like, it's Manchester City this weekend, of course, a big game. Then the Juventus away game in the Champions League, again a crucial fixture. And then Southampton, whom we play again in the Carabao Cup. So Southampton in the Premier League, of course. I don't think Broja will be eligible, but I can see Livramento playing that game. Because remember, we have sold him and had a buyback clause. But yeah, that'll be interesting. But I think Broja will be available and eligible for the cup game, though. Again, people in the comments, please make a comment on that. For me, he will be eligible for the cup game, but not for the Premier League game as per the rules. Again, I may be wrong. Again, that this impromptu review that I'm doing. Hopefully, you guys agree with these points. If not, do comment below. If yes, who was your man of the match, and how would you rate these players that I rated as well, right? And also, I would like to quickly share my screen because this is about what happened otherwise in the Carling Cup, right? So, or rather the Carabao Cup, right? Carabao Cup, fourth round for me. Let me share my window because this is where we'll see what are the other fixtures that will remind us what happened. Wow. You know why I'm laughing, right? You know it. Come on. You see this? Man United 0, West Ham 1. I had to highlight that one. And that's the reason why I came here. But anyway, having said that, Tottenham were lucky, by the way, winning on penalties to Wolves, Nuno going back. And Arsenal won a cup game, as usual. But next round is interesting, right? And then we have Southampton, like I said, but Arsenal play Leeds, a good fixture of that. West Ham play Man City. Again, potentially, good fixture because in cup games, you never know. They might rest some players. And West Ham may play the first team because it's the best chance for cup. And Leicester, Brighton. Well, I don't know. It always comes out this way, right? Brighton, Leicester played recently. Again, they're drawn in the cup. We played Aston Villa recently. We played Aston Villa yesterday again in the cup. And we play Southampton in a week's time in the league and then again in the cup. It's just a coincidence in my view. But again, another Premier League fixture in Burnley, Tottenham. I can see Tottenham, getting over. So yes, certainly very interesting fixtures to look up to. Again, now people in the comment section, do comment. If you like this video, smash that like as well as share the video as well because we are looking to grow as well as there is Almighty Blues Cricket. Don't forget that and stay subscribed to Almighty Blues FC. We'll be back with a big preview for the weekend as well as the Champions League. And till then, everyone, just take care, have a good one, and peace out. Up the Chels.